how to use Instagram stories specifically for your business and teaching you ways and tricks that can bring over more engagement specifically through stories. But if you're under 10K followers, you can't have the swipe up feature, which is like linking to something, but it does let you do the swipe up feature. Hello, how are we doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And today we're going to be talking about how to use Instagram stories specifically for your business and teaching you ways and tricks that can bring over more engagement specifically through stories. So stay tuned so you don't miss out any videos. That didn't make any sense. I'm not skipping out. No. But subscribe, that's what I wanted to say. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos that I release. If you don't know, my name is Christina, and I publish videos on small business tips, tricks, and ideas that you can use for your business. Okay? So, like I said, today's video, we're going to specifically talk about stories. Now, if you missed out on the previous videos I did, we talked about 3 benefits of using an Instagram business account. We also, in another video, we talked about Instagram analytics. So if you're not checking your insights or analytics and knowing, what type of engagement you're getting or who's liking what, I would check that out because it actually lets you know how you can understand it and create better content for your audience. And then the very last video we did was top times to post on Instagram. So if you don't know what time you should be posting or you're having trouble getting engagement with the times, check that out because we talk about times and when would be good, when and would not be good to post. Okay, so let's move on to Instagram stories. Let me actually share my screen with you so you can see what we're talking about with Instagram stories. And record. Okay, so first things first with Instagram stories, if you don't know, they last for 24 hours. They're up. You can go to the home, and when you see from the home, these are all stories that pop up. Now, if you're like, okay, well, I see stories, but I don't know why I should be doing them for my business. Are they really going to help me, benefit me? Yeah, they actually are. And I was thinking the same thing because at first, when I didn't do stories, I only posted on my feed. And you know what? That works out good and you do get engagement, but you'd have to be posting a lot continuously and doing that. And 2, people would have to be scrolling through the search feed for it and have to be scrolling through and seeing it. Now with stories, I really like it because it pops up front and center on who's doing a story so you can go through and look at that. It's a way to stay on your audience's mind, okay? Of course, that is up to you. I'm just giving you a tip. Now, if you want to create a story, you can actually come to your home and hit your icon. But if you actually hit your icon and already have a story, you'll see that those stories are going to be there. Then what you want to do is you'll go to the home icon and add the little camera button. That's how you'll add a story if you already have if you already have a story up. Okay, so let's go back to we'll go to stories now. So we're creating a story for you. What you could do is like this. You could do the video post. Okay, and scroll through and do a bunch of different emojis or different graphics and stuff to make it more interesting when you're doing your stories. If you don't, really exit out. If you don't want to do like a video, you can always come over to like the type and type in something to do. Then they have other options like the birthday options, gifts, you can do your polls here, questions. I actually am going to show you once I go in. I actually like to go add the polls and stuff, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. I don't actually do it from here. And then you can always, if you want, go back. Why is it going there? Oh, there we go. Go boomerang if you want to do boomerang. Hands-free is instead of holding it, because when you do a story, you have to hold it. You could do a layout option, super zoom, okay? So there's options for you to do for your stories. So let's say I'm going to do, let's do a text story first for you, okay? So let's say I'm doing, let's just type in hello. Okay, so that story pops up. I typed it in, and as you can see, the background is going to be the bluish greenish. It might be different for you, but I want to change that. I don't want it to be that color. Then in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see by the X, it's a little circle. Well, that's how you can tap and change the color of the background if you like. Now, if you don't like any of those backgrounds, you can always come into the little squiggly line by the letters, and this is where you'll hit colors, okay? And what you'll do is you'll just pick a color that you want, or hold the colors, and you can move around and find a color you really like, and then you'll just hold it down on the screen. Here we go. And when you hold it down on the screen, it'll change the entire background, okay? So this is how you can change it to however you'd like, any colors, so it's really customizable, which is really cool. You can come in and write things. You can use like a highlighter one. There's an eraser, or not eraser. Like pen squiggly thing. I don't know what it's called, whatever. Then you have like a highlighter type thing, but it's smaller. So let me make it bigger. There. So it's like a highlighter, so it's like bigger. You can also, there's another one. These are big. So like these are all different pen options that you can see that you can do. Let me go back. Now say I do all this stuff and I'm showing you all these little pen colors come in, shrinking the size of it, squiggling a bunch of stuff, making it look like chalk. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do on the thing. If you don't like that and I'm like, okay, this looks horrible, this presentation does not look good at all, just hit the back button. I'm just going to delete all of this stuff, okay? So you just go back. So that's how you do the pens, okay? So you can have a lot of fun with the pens and do that. Then if you want, you can come over to the text and you can type in more stuff. And then you can move that around, shrink it, enlarge it. One of my favorite things about the text is if you come into up top, you can change the font of it, and it will change to different styles. Now, if you notice when it's changing, sometimes you'll see on the left side this little A++, or plus stars, whatever it is, pops up. If you hit that, that highlights it, okay? And it makes a cool box look around it. And you can change the color of those, and you just hit through the colors, hit the icon, and actually move the colors. That's totally cool too. Now, let's go to the fun part, which is emojis. Emojis are one of my favorites to add to it because I feel like it makes it way more interesting to look at than just like the screen, and you can also relate it to the story on what you're talking about. So let's say I just wanted to say hello. So I'd say hello. Hello. And then you can see all these different emojis where it says hello, and I could be like, okay, well, which one would be cool to put as hello? I think that waving hand is kind of funny. So, with a little waving hand, little hello. That shrunk way too big, or grew way too big. And then you can move the text around, make that bigger, stuff like that. So that's pretty simple, self-explanatory with the text. Now, I actually want to talk about, let's say you do a video. Let me discard this, and let's do a video and show you. Let me just hold that and talk. So, let's see, we covered why staying on your audience's mind. Stories are important because it stays on your audience's mind. You can reach more people, and it is a fun way to connect with your audience. Now, when you're going into stories, you have lots of options. You can do text, you can do GIFs, you can do stuff like this. And as you notice, as I'm holding it up, the button just spins around, and I'm holding it, and after 15 seconds, a new one will pop up, okay? And that's exactly what you'll be doing with your stories as well. So once all those pop up, it just goes. So we'll stop it at 2, okay? Now, because you can see that they're done, they're actually kind of boring to look at. Like, you'd have to go through and listen to the audio and think about your story habits. When you're looking at stories, do you maybe watch the entire 15 seconds of the story? Not all the time. Sometimes you actually get what you needed from the story in the first like 5 seconds, so you'll go on to the next part of the story from that person. And that's okay. That's not like meaning you were not interested or not. You just got your information that you needed. So let's make it interesting for people to look at when they're scrolling through. So let's say you want to shrink this. You can shrink, actually, if you zoom in and out. You take your thumbs to zoom in and out, okay? Oh, I swiped it. if you swipe over left and right, you can actually see, swipe back and forth, you can see you can change the color and hues of it, okay? So that's really fun. So let's say I put this here, and let's say it's, and let's hypothetically say it's an Instagram tip. I would do a hashtag. Why do you want to do a hashtag? Because it's a way for your story to get seen. If you don't really use hashtags, or you're using them but not getting really results from them or engagement that you're thinking you are, in the next video, I'll actually be talking specifically about hashtags and give you some tips on finding hashtags for your business, okay? So I would do like Instagram maybe tips or something, because it's an Instagram tip video, okay? So then let's do that, and if I want, I could tap on that icon and it would change the color of the hashtag, okay? So that's kind of an option for what you want to do. Let's say you're like, well, I want to ask a question. I want my audience to engage with this. Let's say you want to do a poll and say, and this is what I did in my previous one. I actually asked about the insights. So, do you use your Instagram analytics? Do you use your insights? Do you use, I'm not going to type it all out, but I would ask that question, and I would put that, shrink it wherever it is, and put it somewhere. Now, I don't like this hashtag because it's so big right there, so I would shrink the hashtag maybe, and then put the do the question right there, okay? That way someone can respond to it. And this actually, I have fun with questions. I actually respond to questions or things people ask because it's a fun way to do it. And then it also lets you know where your audience is at, because let's say I asked the question on business saying, have you switched over to a business profile? And of the people that asked, it was actually 100% of people said, yes, I switched to a business profile. I was like, okay, that's awesome. Now, the next video I did was Instagram analytics. Now, the question is that I asked is, are you using your Instagram analytics? I got 40% said yes and 60% said no. And I was really shocked by that, because I had 100% people say yes, they'd switched over to a business account, but no, they had not been checking their insights. Now, my question is, why? Why had they not been doing that? So let me just go out of this for just 1 second. I'd have to exit out of it. Let me just show you what I did, because this is what you can do as well to keep people going, because not everyone is going to be on your Instagram as much as you are, because you're doing it for your business, okay? So if I go to my insights and show you the previous videos, so you can see in the previous one, what I did is, let's see, where is it? Here. I asked, do you have an Instagram business account down here? And then I shared that. Let me see. Oh no, I didn't share that. I didn't share that, but that was 100% of the response. So then what I did is, when I did the Instagram analytics, then I came in and I asked this question right here. I said, do you check your Instagram insights? And people responded, and then this was their results, and I shared the results on what I got. 40% yes, 60% said no. And I was like, okay, that's strange to me. So since that was strange, and that was over a course of just 3 days, but I continued using somewhat of the same content, but I did it in a different way so people would still follow along and understand it if they missed it. So then with the new stories that I did, is I actually, in this video, talk about, well, I'm curious, like what I'm talking about, I'm curious why you're not using the insights. And I let them know right here. As you can see, I brought it up. I said, do you check your Instagram insights? 40% said yes, 60% said no. So if you were watching my stories 2 or 3 days ago, you may have remembered that and known that. But if you didn't follow along the past 2 days, you'd see this and be like, okay, she did a poll, she did this, like, good, I'm well informed, like you didn't miss out on anything. Then you can see I asked a question about why you don't check your analytics if people don't do that, okay? Then I also let people know to check the comment or leave a comment below with this story, okay? So there's different options that you can do, and let me go back to the beginning. Here is the other one. This is key, and what I'm going to show you once I go to the story. Now, if you don't use Instagram TV, we'll be talking about Instagram TV in a couple videos away. I have it planned out. I'm not sure, but I will be talking about Instagram TV and give you tips for that. But if you're under 10K followers, you can't have the swipe up feature, which is like linking to something, but it does let you do the swipe up feature to Instagram TV, okay? So this one, if I swipe up, it goes to my Instagram video that I did specifically for what I'm talking about, the benefits for the Instagram account. So people will go watch that and learn more about it. And that's exactly what you can be doing for your business. You're giving people options to find out more, to click, to get more lost into your world of what you're doing. If I were to just do this video and not say swipe up or not let people know to go check the video, or I don't add the link to go follow the video, people won't go check out that video. What I'm doing is I'm just taking the information I've created that I know is good, that people can follow and listen to and watch. I'm just sharing it so people are aware that it's there. Because if I share, just think about it. If you've been watching my videos and you stay tuned in, you probably do miss some of the things I post. You probably don't see everything I post. But this is why I post things in different ways, so people can actually stay tuned into those things if they were to miss it. But if someone were tuned into everything, they wouldn't see everything being repetitive. Does that make sense? Are you understanding kind of what I'm saying? If this is making sense, comment below, let me know. It's kind of the idea of like repurposing your content, but in a unique way. So it's nothing new. This is something that pretty much any business does. If you look at what they do, they take their content and they break it down and repurpose it in different ways and share it with people that could miss it. Okay, so it just depends on what it is. So that was the major one, is swiping up. Okay, so let's go back to stories real fast, and let's just do a text one. There we go. Okay, so now, when you're in stories and you're creating, let's say you want to do something that is, let's do an example for, let's say you're in a fitness company, okay, and you're selling, maybe fitness products, and you make a milkshake every day for your business, or not for your business, a milkshake every day, and you found that it actually brings results and it's actually working. Well, instead of posting a video of you making the milkshake every day or posting the same thing, you can break it down into different things. Maybe you could one day talk about the first ingredient that you put in and say, in my morning routine, I make a milkshake, but one of the main ingredients I use is X. Let's say it's bananas, okay? Let's say X. You talk about bananas. Then you talk about in your story, actually, you would talk about in your story and do a video. Sorry. Where is it? So you would talk and do a story about the benefits of the banana, potassium, I don't know, whatever. I'm not into that. I don't know that kind of stuff, so don't knock me on that, okay? And you'll be talking about everything that you know about bananas and how it can help you and benefit you health-wise, physically-wise, energy-wise, stuff like that. And then maybe at the very end, you're like, and my daily routine with the smoothie is using this at the very end. And you have a link in your bio to purchase or to find out more information about your product, okay? So as we're doing this video, maybe you're like, okay, well, in the first video, I talk about, hypothetically, we're talking about bananas. So I would maybe come in and be like, bananas. And I would see all these banana pictures, and I'd like, what would be a good banana picture that I would want to put? And I kind of like the dancing banana. I think the dancing banana is cool. And then let's maybe do, because it deals with health, let's see if there's something that's cool, like a cool health picture. I kind of like the, the apple. Okay, so if you had apples in it, this apple jumping would be really cute to do. I'm just saying, that was a little side note, but that's a really cute one. Some of these emojis are really cute that you can get, like these, look at this carrot. This carrot is cute, turns into a heart. Like, there's so many cute things you can be doing. So let me do, instead of that, let me do weights. Let's just do a weight one. Do it. There. So the dancing banana and fitness weights, okay? Deals with that, okay? I'm going to move my screen, do this around right here. As we talked about earlier, you don't want to forget the hashtag because that's one way that you can get seen. So maybe, let's see, what's in for banana? B-A-N-A-N-A, banana. So let's just put bananas in there because it deals with bananas. I'm not doing anything that's misleading because we are in this clip, we're talking about bananas, the benefits of bananas. So if anyone types in bananas into Instagram, this potentially, hopefully would pop up in their face so they're like, okay, I'm going to watch this. Then, of course, like we talked about, this is breaking down from your content you did. You made a lovely video about all of the ingredients you put in your smoothie and you published it on Instagram TV. What you would do is you would hit that link on the top, the little link button from Add Instagram TV, go to Add Instagram TV, and you would find that video you uploaded that's related to what you're talking about. You would hit that, okay? We're saying this is the fitness video. And then that would actually be linked. Now, because it's linked, I could not do anything because a link will pop at the bottom, or I could let people know to swipe up. Because if I let people know to swipe up, then people will know that there is a video for something them to see. And like I said, if you have under 10K, this is great for you, okay? So, ooh, I didn't realize how long this video is getting. Oh my goodness. Let's put swipe up. So then people would know to swipe up for more information about your smoothie or whatever it is. Then let's go to the next story. In the next story, you're talking more about maybe mixing ingredients, more about the health of the banana. So maybe you could, in the hashtag, you could put health tips. Health tips. Okay? Put that as a hashtag. Then you also could put maybe your mention or location, because that's also a way for people to find you, depending on what you want to be doing with those. Now, what if, to ask your audience, because you're like, okay, bananas are good, you can ask in a poll, be like, do you eat banana? Do you eat bananas? Do you eat bananas? Do you eat bananas? Do you find bananas healthy? Do you think bananas are beneficial for losing weight? Do you think bananas? Whatever the question is you want to ask it. Or you could do like a questionnaire. Where is it? A quiz, and answer like A, B, or C, being like something specifically that bananas are, like how much potassium is in a banana, and then put A, B, or C, and then have people pick, and then have them know how much it is, or like how many bananas a day should you eat in order to do this, or bananas have this health trick or something. I don't know, whatever it is. So you did that, okay? Okay. So then, it keeps glitching out. Then you made that interesting, okay? Then you go on to the next one. Let's say in the very end, like we said, you have the link in the bio section to get more information about the powder that you use for the health, which is the whole point of doing this video. Then you would want to go up to the top and you could put link in bio, link in bio, link in bio. And this lets people know that they can go check out the link in the bio for more information. Now, I can make this smaller, move this around. Then, let's say I'm like, okay, well, I want to add some text so people are more aware of what's going on. Let's say you would add text and say, if you, let's see, talking about bananas, talking about bananas makes me hungry. About bananas makes me hungry. Let's go make a smoothie. Let's go make a smoothie. So I could do that all there, and I could actually put it around in a little text thing, move that, so then there's more to look at when you're doing it. So you have options. That's what I'm saying with your stories. I just want to make sure I covered all the tricks. Let's exit out of this real fast, discard. It's still recording, hopefully. Okay, good. This whole time, I wasn't recording the screen. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's make sure we covered everything. Yeah. Okay, so first off, let me turn this off. Stop. Okay, so we talked about why you want to use stories. You want to use stories because it's a way to keep on your audience's mind. 2, we talked about how you can use stories. You can use text, you can use images, they have music options, you can record yourself, lots of ways to do it. But what we really wanted to talk about in using stories is how to get more engagement. So we gave you tricks on the swipe up options, adding link in bio section, adding your Instagram TV link, adding hashtags, adding questions. These are really important ways to get your audience to engage. If you were to just do a text story, or to just post a picture of your story, or to just maybe make a video like I said, and then you just show it without how we shrunk it and added links and added maybe the banana dance. If you didn't add the cool fun stuff to look at, people might just easily swipe and flip the story because you want something to like stop and catch their attention. And that's something I always try to think of when I am doing stories is, will my audience like that? And that's something you want to be thinking about, because when you're creating these stories, you are creating them to get sales and get results, but no one's going to buy them if your audience isn't interested in looking at your stories or finding out more information. So that's something too that I had to think about when I'm doing it. Like, I couldn't just promote 24/7 what I'm selling, what I'm promoting, what I'm doing. I have to think about how can I educate and how can I become a solutions provider for my potential customers so they do see me as someone that I can help them out and give them information so they do come to me. And that's something that you want to be doing as well. You want to show that you're able to provide the solutions, you're able to help them out so they want to come to you for that information. Okay, so that is it with Instagram stories. Yeah. Of course, if you want more information on Instagram stories, I do have the Instagram Growth and Momentum course. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been talking about it quite a bit, and it's a beta testing right now. It's only $7 right now, and I'm seeing how you guys are liking it, how you're able to flow through it, because I will increase the price to $97, but I do just want to make sure it's perfect. Like I said, I'm creating these courses and this information for you. Like, I'm putting all the stuff I've learned and everything that's helped me and benefited me and gotten results in my business into this course. And I want to make sure you're able to go through it easily and follow along and implement it into your business so you don't struggle the way I did, especially finding potential customers or bringing them into the business, because that can be really hard to do, especially if you have a lot of competition out there or people are doing the same thing, or maybe you're just busy, you have a family, maybe things to do, and you're like, I don't have a lot of time to do this. And it's overwhelming. So yeah, that's the point of all of this. So you can check that out. I left the link below for you to check out. And yeah, that is it. So start making stories. Have a wonderful time doing it. And make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I will see you in the next video, which will be talking about hashtags. All right. Bye for now.